Well, when I'm standing up on a scaffolding like this, just staring off at the things that I built, you know that means only one thing. But first, hello, my name is Chuck Ross, and we're playing Minecraft on a Bedrock. And I didn't realize I was looking at spoilers, possibly? We'll see. So today we are building something kind of different because it is mostly for form over function. Because what I'm trying to build today is actually a bee farm. I don't think I will have much use of a bee farm, but I want to build one. And because I'm not going to use it a lot, or probably much at all, it's mostly going to be to look cool. So I already know what I plan to build. I don't know exactly how it's going to work out, but that's what we're here for, right? So I have decided, originally I was going to put it where I had the bees, but after thinking about generally what I'm looking to build, I think it would look a lot better right around here. So that's what we're going to do. So I guess there's really no point in putting it off. I might as well tell you what we got going on, huh? So I think first, what would make the most sense is to actually mark out the size of the actual bee farm. That way I can kind of build the building itself around that. So I think, let's see, I probably want to get some stone. So I know that the entrance to the build is going to be on this side of the build itself. So door is going to be generally around here. We'll just mark it off like that. And I think it doesn't need a huge interior. I would like enough space, so I feel like, what? Call it a 5x5 inside should be enough. So that's 3, 4, 5. That feels a little smaller than I would like, but for the bees themselves, I know that they're going to be actually on the wall. So that feels okay. I think I'm going to want to sleep. Okay, so I think I actually do like that size of the interior. I think I do want to bring it back probably completely by about 2 or 3 blocks. And I think I want to extend the inside by maybe 2, just for like a little bit of extra storage. So we'll just kind of do that. Okay, so that's if I didn't move anything. So then I want to take it actually back 2 more. That should be 5x7. And the bees can go back here. And we can have a little storage space to the side here. So we're going to want, I think, again, because we're dealing with bees, typically it's good to have kind of a airlock. I'm looking for the word airlock. That's right. So basically I want 2 doors. That way, in case a bee managed to get through, I can kind of get it through the other way before it becomes a problem. So I think I actually want the entrance to be kind of to the side, almost like it's hidden away. I think that's what I'm going to go for. Cool. So let's take a look again. Let's see. I think I kind of want to bring it over, like just to this side by like a couple blocks. I think after that we should be good to start. Maybe I will have it come through the side here. That way I can kind of hide as much of the door as possible. So let's see, that'll bring that out to there. And I kind of want to obscure it a little bit so it's harder to see. So maybe we'll just bring this out a lot farther and then bring this side out that way. Okay. Again, we're going for form over function for this one. Okay, I think that's the spot. Okay, cool. Okay, I think I like where this is going. All right, so next up, I don't think I've actually said what I'm building. So this is going to be a giant stump. And we're going to be using dark oak for the vast majority of it. So let's see. We have a 5x7, so kind of an ovalish shape. Let me check one of those circle generators and I will be right back. Okay, so it looks like I want a 11 by 13 oval, and that just barely fits this entire thing on the inside. So this is, so we got 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then back in for 2, and that would be here. And then this is just 5 across. Alright, so that fits pretty snugly in here, which means I can actually put this whoop, excuse me. That's what I thought. So yeah, I can go ahead and push this back a little bit, which gives us a little bit more space on the interior, which is nice, but not too much, which is, you know, also nice. So let's go ahead and figure out how tall we want this. I imagine this is 3. I'm probably going to want this 6 tall, I think, just for like the detailing sake. So let's try just one wall. That feels just about right, actually. It's not going to be completely even on the top, so I'm not too worried about that. But what I do want to do is get the general shape down now. That way I can go ahead and work on all of the actual interesting stuff, like details and roots and things like that. So next up, we're going to add the place for the roots to go. So we're going to go with one, I think that comes out to about here. I went ahead and made some of the dark oak wood that's got the all sides. And I think we're actually going to take this actually a lot slower up. So I wanted to come kind of like that, and then I think that one will come up a little bit more. Just trying to get the general shape down right now. So I think I actually do want like that. Okay. So then I will have that come out quite a bit, actually. Let's just work on the one side for now. Let's see. And I think I'm going to want a little bit into the ground. Okay, it's looking good so far. And then again, probably not right on the corner, which I think would actually be... Oh, right on the corner I think would be here, which is kind of where I wanted to put it anyway. So maybe this is a bit of a smaller root. So just the 2. And then another one kind of coming out from over here. So we'll make that one 3. Right now I'm just trying to figure out the shape, and then we can go in and actually fill it completely out in a little bit. So maybe we'll do another kind of small one. No, not here. I think I want the small one to be over here. And this will come over this way and then back over that way. For this side, I think what I want to do is actually a big one that actually kind of branches off. Nope, not quite that tall. And it's time to shreep. And then... Okay, I think that's it. For that one, anyway. I might bring a little bit, just to kind of round them out a little. So, does that look better or worse? I think that's not better. But I think what I will do is kind of fill this out a little bit. So rather than having like the really the deep grooves in here, I think what I'll do is actually kind of fill them in a little bit. So like that one, and then not too much, just kind of a little, so that it makes it feel like the tree is actually like getting wider at the base. So I think I'm actually going to call this side good. Let's take a little bit of a view, see how that looks. Okay. Yeah, because I think I haven't quite decided yet, but I think I'm going to strip all of the bark, at least for the roots. That's quite a decision. I will have to see. But let me get a little bit more of this decided, and I will be back to you. If you happen to like watching someone struggle with building a stump, maybe like and subscribe. That'd be nice. Well, I have to be honest, tree roots suck. Like, a lot. But I believe they are good enough that I can call them done. The tree roots themselves, anyway. So we can move on to the next step for this. But first, I kind of wanted to talk about my new thought process for doing stuff like this. I know that the color of the tree, right? And to differentiate that from the other parts of it, I'm doing stripped logs for the root sections, and then when I want it to look like there is kind of chipping away at the top bark, I have the planks. But it's all very similar colors and very similar shades. So next, what I'm going to do is actually cover up quite a bit of the roots that I just put down here. I don't know how fully I'm doing this, or if it's just going to be like basically this, you know, just like maybe bringing it up. Actually, I'm going to keep it off the roots for now, because what I think I might do is actually come back and put a little bit of moss in there. And yeah, so we're just trying to fill this in a little bit more. So it's not just like, you know, the entire flat ground and like a trunk was just plopped here. Even if I'm covering up some of the roots that I already placed, like the stuff that's like in the ground, I'm okay with that. I am probably going to remove this at some point. I don't think today is that day, but I will do that for now. So then we got over here, and maybe this one comes out a little bit more. I'm okay with leaving some divots, so I think I'll try that for now at least. One thing I was trying to do was bring out the bark just a little bit. Not a lot, because I tried bringing it out significantly farther in some places, but then it made it a lot harder to differentiate between the actual tree stump itself and the roots. So we're kind of trying to keep that in mind. Okay, that helps. Step next is going to be moss, I think. So I'm going to replace some of the logs, not a whole lot. I'm mostly just going to be putting this over a lot of the dirt. Now, do I want to actually replace the dirt for some of these spots? And maybe we'll just spread a little bit of the moss around it. And I'm fully aware that this dirt is going to turn back into grass, and that's perfectly fine. It probably would have been a good idea to actually just start it with grass, but didn't do that, so I'm trying to keep it generally a little closer. I know that I broke that on this side because that was like the first spot I looked to, but I think I'm going to try to keep the moss just closer to the tree stump itself. So now that we've added in a bit of the moss, I'm going to go in and add a couple of spots around the roots and kind of intertwined with a little bit of stone and cobblestone to kind of make it look like the roots are growing over rocks and stuff. Hopefully that works out. I imagine it should. And oh yeah, right here. Definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely going to come back through with slab. Actually, you know what? I'm going to grab the mason, the whatever the workstation is. I'm going to grab that. I think I might make a little bit of mossy cobblestone as well. Kind of like that. Let's see. Yeah, that seems fine. So kind of the way that I'm trying to look at this is a little closer to painting than it is building, where what you're trying to do is, let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I will do mossy cobble here, and then I think another one here, and we'll go with the regular smooth one there. What I'm kind of trying to do with this is think more about the colors that I want to use in this build. So for obviously the tree and the stump and the roots, that's going to be all mostly like dark browns, but you're kind of getting a different kind of dark brown than with these. So this is slightly more washed out. This is a lot more dark. So having those two contrasts together is good. Having the grass coming up the roots, but a different color green with the moss, that's also good. And I'm coming in with the third color, which is like the, I guess, stony gray, and trying to sprinkle that in a little bit. Actually, I might try to focus these more around like where I have the roots turning. Kind of like it found something and had to like build around it. Or that should probably go on the inside of the turn now that I think about it. Yeah, the goal is not to, like, completely mess it up. It's just kind of trying to bring different accents. So, like, this is a very large patch of green. And I think I want to break that up a little bit, but not a whole lot, because I do have, you know, some gravel here. So let's go and let's see, what do we want? We want, I like the height variations of the slabs. So let's use maybe just one of those kind of here. So we'll go mossy cobblestone there. And I think just a couple of smooth and kind of want one more slab. I think we'll go there. Okay. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how this is turning out. It's kind of difficult to start off with because you're just building a bunch of roots. And the roots can look fine depending on the style of root system that you're trying to build, but for I guess the kind of thing that I'm looking for, I felt like the roots just didn't quite match the vision that I had. So next what I want to do is bring in some mushroom blocks. I've seen a lot of this where you've got like you know, like a stump or a tree or something, and it's got like this one just mushroom ring thing going on. And I really like that and want to kind of play with that here. So maybe this will be kind of a smallish one. Or, no, the larger ones are typically on the bottom, that's right. So that is kind of a weird shape. And one thing I kind of want to do is actually bring it down a little bit. Originally, I was thinking about actually having this on the inside to make it look like it's the underside of the mushroom, because apparently on Bedrock, you can't get the inside texture. But I have a different thing for that, I think. I think I'll just mirror that one on the back over here. I think I might start it a little higher up. So if that's the center, then we have a 3x3. Well, that one's a little larger, but I'm actually pretty happy with that one. Next, what I want to do is the thing that makes the underside look like it should. And I can't believe this is going to be my first use of the new pale oak blocks, but that's what I'm going with. Excuse me. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay. I could do a couple of these. Kind of like parts of the tree we're trying to grow, you know, sprout up in a couple of places, but just wasn't quite able to take. Nice, okay. So we're going to try a red mushroom, and I don't think I'll need that many of the stem, because I think I could just kind of want to do like a couple of kind of small ones up here. Like, let's see, how would I do that? What would be a good stem block for these? That's a look. I don't think that is what I'm looking for, though. Man, that's just not doing it for me. You know what would look really good, though? Now that I think about it, I should have thought of this from the start. What would look really good is... where is it? There we go. Pale white oak fences. I really thought my first use of these would be a little more extravagant. I am not using pale oak to make sticks. That is not happening. I do have a line somewhere. Now that is perfect. Nice. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I'm going to take that one out, and I want to put a torch in there. Give myself just a little bit of light. Be kind of cool. Oh, it's so good. See what the light coming from underneath it looks like? Yeah, that's... oh, so good. Oh, that's a cow. Okay. I kind of want to stop there, but I want to add like one or two more. Can I do like a really, really tiny one with the fence post? It is perfect. I shall dot the landscape with tiny mushrooms. Oh my gosh, this is such a weird build for me, actually. Yeah, that doesn't look right. Now the top, I think what I want to do is basically the pattern on the bottom, but I think what I'm going to do is actually have this with, I think I'm going to use oak, and I don't know, I kind of want to try the pale oak, but I feel like that's going to be too pale. So let's, what did I do? I did this. So what I'm doing is alternating between the two. So one row is going to be regular oak, the next one is going to be pale oak, and I think I'm going to strip it. Wow, that is white. I think the only difference I'm going to do is I think I'm going to start from the outside, because I think I want the regular oak logs around the outside and then work my way in with the white oak. Okay, so white oak will be on the inside. Gotcha. That's really all I needed to know. I really hope this works out. That is too bright. Too bright. Okay. Well, we tried it, and I have plenty of stripped white oak logs. So that's cool. You know, honestly, I think the best bet is going to be this, where I just alternate stripped oak and regular oak. I think that's going to make the best look. Honestly, that's pretty good, actually. Man, okay. Nice. Cool. So now just do the interior. Man, that's a lot cooler than I thought. Okay. And then in here, the bees, the bees. Right, so I think we're actually going to use the moss blocks for this. And I kind of want to actually have this entire area open to the bees. So I think I'm going to do some of these all over the place. We'll do one in the middle as well. And let's see, we'll go there. And maybe a couple over here. And let's do a couple of these kind of all over the place, honestly. Because I want this place absolutely full of pollen, or whatever this stuff is. I want lag spikes when people walk over. I think I'm going to have the moss kind of hanging down a little bit. Or at least hanging over. Maybe what we'll do is occasionally have it kind of drooping down. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Let's see, I brought a couple bags of flowers. So I think we're going to start with a 2 tall. And here we go. The scroll function in this is just a lifesaver, absolutely. You know what? I'm kind of thinking I might make this look like there's just like a giant patch of moss in here that's growing a bunch of flowers and things. I think that could be kind of fun. Kind of want to keep the taller flowers towards the back. And then I think we will get my favorite one, which is these, the blue orchids. Kind of put them towards the front a bit. Cool. I would like this entirely lit by these things. I'm not sure exactly when that will ostensibly happen. Actually, that's pretty good now. Oh, this feels like it's actually entirely lit by the glowberries. That's cool. Hopefully I can bone meal more of... Oh, probably can't do it on moss. Gotcha. Can I do it on the grass? Yes. That is such a cool feature. I wish that was more common. And by that, I just mean I wish we had that on Java. Speaking of, in my next episode of my Java Let's Player, I will be doing a build in the Pale Oak Forest that I have. And I've not planned out a whole lot, but I've been playing around with some of the stuff, some of like the features and just some special little things that I want to add to it, and I think it's going to be kind of cool. So, you know, maybe stick around, subscribe for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I guess we're actually ready to get the bees. Nice. Secret area, which I'm now realizing would have spawned monsters. Okay. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of scared to start this build because that kind of just weird organic is not really something I mess with. I typically do rundown buildings, as I'm sure you can probably tell. Hey, Mr. Square saw it. Yeah, like I was saying, I don't really do the organic shapes a whole lot, which is probably... Oh, wow. The amount of particles coming out of this thing. Alright, I like it. I like it. So we have 4 beehives right now. And these 2 will just cover up like that. Nice. Enjoy, be free. I mean, as free as you can be inside of a log. Well, this build has been a lot of fun, honestly. So, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for next episode when some interesting things may be happening, both in the single player and in this world. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.